Hello and welcome to another episode of the Wake Game Sleep podcast. This is episode 11. I'm your co-host Common Sense, and I'm joined, of course, as always, by these well-seasoned gaming fanatics and my fellow co-hosts, Matt, or the Wovenator, depending on how you know him, and Sweet. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, what up? Welcome back,
We
everyone.
are here again. Boy, does it feel like a while since we've recorded one of these. I'm not sure how you guys feel about it, but I
That's
missed you guys.
Going on.
That's because somebody had to go on vacation, Dick.
Yeah, well, you can blame me, I guess.
How was your vacation?
Vacation was pretty nice. Spent a little bit of time just cruising around. Went to the Bahamas, but very relaxing. I definitely needed it.
Wife didn't try to leave you there?
No, surprisingly.
Well, that's awesome. And then came back and then got more stuff done, helping Wovenator move, making sure everything's good to go, partying too hard. Yep.
Yeah, it was actually really nice. We got a chance of seeing each other this weekend, which we don't get a chance to do very often. For anybody who's listening or watching, we don't see each other face to face, especially with Sweet being a little bit more distant than Matt and I are. But we did end up going to some bars and having some fun hanging out, so that was pretty awesome.
We also did the quizzes too. Everyone wanted to know, and yes.
Yes, we did some
more
live
confrontations.
versions of our trivia.
More controversy.
More controversy indeed. I don't have a controversy, but I have a question for both of you. It's a debate
Okay.
question.
Yeah, right off the
Real
bat, let's
good
hear
debate
it.
Question. And this one is, I've seen it online, and I just want your opinion, but you got to think about it. Because when you hear about it, you're just going to be like a sudden no. But you got to think about it for a second. So the definition of a video game is an electronic interactive game played by manipulating images on a display screen, could be a TV, monitor, or mobile device, using an input device like a controller, mouse, or touchscreen. My debate is, gentlemen, is an electronic pinball machine a video game?
I would say it is. And I'm never wrong, so.
That's what I hear, but mostly from you, weirdly enough.
I mean, the thing is, think about all the trivia games I've won.
Oh my goodness. Oh, we will be talking about that later on, so you just wait.
But what is your answer, Zach?
I would say I have a hard time calling it a video game, only because I am like a big appreciator, I guess, of like board game type of things, and I would say it's kind of like akin to that more so than an actual video game. Does it have video elements to it? Yes. Electronic elements, of course, but it's one of those like borderline things in my mind. It's kind of like a blending of those two technologies. What is your opinion, Sweet?
I do believe it is a video game.
You do?
Because it matches with the monitors, it matches with controls, and pretty much it is like a fast-paced setting, so I do believe it checks all the boxes, even though the screen is like very small compared to like the platform which you're playing against, but it's all electronic, so technically it does count as a video game.
Think about it. Would you think a VR game, like if you're playing a board game through VR, would that be considered a video game?
Well, definitely.
So it's kind of something similar.
But there's just a lot of like physical mechanisms to it. So I don't know how big of board game type of fans you are, but like some of those older board games, like the original like Labyrinth type of game where you're rolling that ball around in that maze, would you consider that a video game? Because that's what pinball reminds me of.
I can see that, because you're probably saying like more along the lines like skee ball, but you know, it's
Skee ball, yeah.
I think it's just more with the old-fashioned pinball machines. Yeah, it's more like an action recreational machine. But with the electronic ones, I do believe it's more along with the sense it can be considered a video game.
Yeah, I could definitely agree with that, especially the more modern ones where they did start adding more
Yep.
of that screen and animations and graphics and things like that to it. So that's an
Absolutely.
interesting question, though.
Hey,
Did anything
that's- I
inspire
thought-
that thought?
It was just I always try to get bits and pieces of stuff that I see like online for like a sense of debate or a good question, and I was like, "Ooh, this was brought up," and I was like, "I wonder if this would be like a good consensus. Like, are we gonna go yes? Are we gonna go no? Are we gonna be down the middle?" So I'm glad I brought it up.
Yeah, I do
So
always try to jump into like a pinball type of game though. Anytime I'm at an arcade, so that's a good point. I think that's a solid way of looking at it.
and so
Speaking
do
of
we
arcades,
all?
though, I had such a good time when we went to that video game barcade the other day. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think we kept track of anybody's points in the games or anything. I just know that I kicked Matt's ass in Mortal Kombat a couple times.
Yeah, you did. Those quarters were going slow at first, and then all of a sudden, out.
Yeah, I know.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game,
Yep.
though,
That's the
that
one
shit
that
was
ate
awesome.
them. Ate them all. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
We were
But we
getting there,
definitely
but
need to
it
do that type of stuff more often. I would say. So any chance that we get to see each other in person, I'm all for it.
probably a chance in June. June would probably a very good chance. So, yep.
Oh yeah, you coming down in June?
Yes, I am.
All right, well, stay tuned, listeners.
Yeah.
But
He's
Matt,
coming down
especially now
first.
that you're going to be living like practically right down the road from me, we better be doing this more often in general.
Listen, viewers, this guy lives right down the road and would not come over and help me move.
Oh my gosh, I offered so many times on the day of the move, days before. I don't want to hear it. Actually, while Matt and I were talking, for everybody that's listening to this, he's been talking on and off this podcast so much about where he's going or how he's moving and all of his plans for decking out that room that you're seeing now for anybody that's watching. But he just disclosed to me where exactly he's living, what apartment complex, and it's like within 5 minutes from me. So, that was both exciting and aggravating to hear, but Matt, you might come to regret your choice of living arrangements. That's all I'm
Is
saying.
it on? Is it on your way too, or is it out of your way? Like, I know you say it's only 5 minutes from you.
Yeah, it's on my way to anything that I would do virtually.
Good, because now we know who's coming over to whose place more up. No.
Is that why you were slipping that question in?
Maybe.
But you were asking about my vacation before, and I just wanted to let you know that I kind of took a little bit of your advice, Matt, because while I was on the vacation, while I was finishing my packing, I opted not to bring any video game equipment with me. And it was the first vacation that I had been on in forever where I didn't bring any type of gaming devices. The most I did was play a couple mobile games, like on the flight and stuff. But it was pretty relaxing, but I don't know if I would ever do it again because I felt like I was at a loss sometimes when I would had like those free moments and everything.
It
So
sounds.
thank you for the suggestion, but I don't know if I'm gonna live up to it.
It sounds. It sounds like you're addicted to video games.
Eh, some might say, some might say. But did I miss anything exciting while I was off cruising around?
So, a big one, yes. If you're talking about for announcements, as you could tell with the few episodes that I've talked about that I've been on here, again, thankful for the formal invitation, guys. But I guess the game
This
that,
many episodes in, I don't think you need to keep thanking us, just for the
no, but still,
record.
hey, stay humble, stay hungry. That's all I got to say regarding with that.
Amen.
But this past Thursday, my one of my bread and butter uh games that I love is the whole Assassin's Creed franchise. They are remaking the one that everyone considers the GOAT of Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. It is Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag resynced, and what's blowing everyone away is that they did like a theatrical release, like a 30-minute like explanation of the whole game. It's expanded in every single facet of the previous game, and not only that, I think because they're just trying to, I wouldn't say like recoup of everything that happened last year with Shadows, but they are releasing July 9th of this year. So that is a humongous turnaround. And everything that they have talked about and shown, and if it lives up to the expectations, is my early vote for Game of the Year. So we'll see what
Wow.
happens.
And it hasn't even come out, and you're already claiming that. That is
Yes.
crazy.
Yep.
He's
Yep.
got
It
high
does look
hopes.
awesome. I saw like
I
very
hope so, right?
little,
Yep.
but yeah, it
The,
look
the,
the graphics are insane.
the only
Yes.
thing I'd be cautionary about that is like sometimes I've put such high hopes on games that when I actually do play them, I get a little less satisfaction than I would have if I would have just, not gone in having as high hopes. So I just caution you to not put too high of hopes on it because then it might make you think more negatively of the game.
I
Well,
agree.
especially
When was
with
the
that
last
much
time?
love of the
Yeah.
original, like you're saying, because I know that
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed 4 is like one of the most lauded games, like you're saying. So,
It's the most lauded one, and the thing is that people were talking about like small critiques of what they did better, and then when the leaks came out, people found out that they are working on those critiques.
mhm.
So it's just like everything that everyone has asked for, they have delivered like thrice fold. So again, it's all hearsay regarding leaks and tidbits, and then just like, a half an hour video. But
Yeah,
everything
of
that they're
course.
talking up with, most definitely. Like regarding with you guys, when's the last time that you guys were like extremely hyped for a video game and then it didn't live up to your expectations, or was there one that did?
Well, I think the last time that I was like wicked hyped for it was Crimson Desert, which I've talked about a couple times on this podcast. I do think though that one ended up living up to it in a lot of different ways, but I would have liked to see a little bit more with its character development and the main story overall. So, I mean, I was really excited. I feel like the payoff was awesome, but again, it still had some of that disappointment to it.
I think you'll probably find the game a little more interesting if you get past the intro.
I got way
Hmm.
past the intro. Wait, what about you? Did you get past the intro?
I got past the intro. I haven't played it a whole lot though because I got Expedition 33 and started playing the hell out of that.
Yeah.
Which
No, that's
a game
understandable.
that game was above my expectations. Even though I did know it already won Game of the Year and stuff like that. And it has some things that I'm not a fan of, but majority of this stuff, it's a fun game.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything bad about it. Still have not played it myself.
I even
I
gave
was
this guy
literally
money
listening to
for
a
the game.
podcast today, and people were talking about how amazing it is. And it's like, actually, they just celebrated their year anniversary, I was reading.
Nice.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's been a whole freaking year since that game has been out. But yeah, while I was on vacation, I opted not to do like the Wi-Fi package, so I've been like completely disconnected altogether from video games. So I was just trying to like spam news as much as possible when I got home, but I haven't been able to like play or learn much about it. So I'm going to hope that you guys are going to fill that void this episode. But since I've been back, I did end up caving and purchasing Pragmata. Have either of you seen anything about it or purchased that game yet? I know we talked a little bit about it previously.
I actually almost went to purchase this on Steam the other day.
Oh, did you really? Okay.
Yeah, but then I was like, shit, I already got multiple games I gotta finish.
Yeah, we have so many games sitting in the backlog, especially ones that we've talked about together. But
Because
I
I was
am
looking at
so impressed with the game overall.
it's that good.
It's amazing. I'm enjoying it way more than I expected. I didn't have like incredibly high hopes for it in the first place, but when I saw that it was available for Switch, I was like, well, it's just going to be a good game to occasionally sink an hour here and there into. It's not an incredibly long game anyway. But we've talked on this pod a lot about how current games, like especially those AAA RPGs, tend to feel like the same game with a different skin over it. I know that that's your favorite go-to phrase, Matt, specifically. But with this new IP, it really seems like they're trying to change the format a little bit. So the gameplay is awesome, very unique, very challenging. The story is incredibly well told, and it's a really fun like gaming cycle that you get into where you consistently like return back to your main shelter base. So for old men like us, it's even better because when you
Oh
need to put the
man.
game down to go do something else, it
Yeah.
really.
We just had that conversation, Zach. We're not old. We're right in the wheelhouse.
Whoa, whoa,
Come
whoa!
on
Did you
now.
did you just assume my age?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. How offensive of me.
I was laughing hysterically with a few people that did the reviews, and they're just like, "This came out of nowhere." They're like, "Pragmata, it's gonna help men want to become dads." I was just like,
I
it's
did
like,
see
really? That'll be
I
just the
did see a
point.
post like that, and I'm like, well, maybe they're trying to cater to our wheelhouse, as you say, sweet, but it doesn't feel like that. It feels like it's making a
Daddy
bigger
Zach.
statement about AI. What?
I said, Daddy Zach.
I read a post that was like, "This is Uncle Core."
Oh my goodness.
But
I like
anyway, I
this.
did think. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, it's just, with everything with what we've talked about within the last like 15 minutes, it is feels like, in one way or the other, I like how like video games make us feel something, like a definition of emotions, something like that. We have like good sense of memories of what video games can do to us. Like, don't you guys agree?
Yeah, I very much agree. Yeah. And I thought it would be a great idea to just immediately jump into the topic. And that's a little bit of what I wanted to talk to you guys about in general is just like the different ways that games can make a statement or have made a statement in some capacity. So I know previously Matt and I have discussed games or media that have made an impact in our own lives, but something I've always personally appreciated about video games since I was old enough to really understand it all is how some of them attempt to really say something meaningful in some capacity, like you're saying, Sweet. And regardless of whether that ends up becoming like a talking point amongst anybody that ends up playing the game, I do think it's awesome that some developers really try to use their platform to send a message to the players and all the gamers. So, can either of you think of any game that you've played where you've walked away from it thinking a little bit deeper about life or anything like that?
I can think of one. Schedule One.
Man,
I came back
that.
thinking, damn, I'm in the wrong field. I'm just kidding.
Wow, I'm really glad that that made an impact in your life.
Like I had to give Steve a
For
second.
anybody who doesn't know, Schedule 1 is about drug dealing. So Matt is just saying that he wants to be a drug dealer.
I'm just saying they make a lot of money. Sweet,
Sweet,
you
do you
can
have
go
a
ahead.
more helpful answer to that question?
I'm my apologies for all the fans out there, and I know we're getting close to 20, so cheers to us regarding with that with subscribers and all the thousands of views that we have gotten with our shorts. So greatly appreciate with everyone. So my apologies for the context of this, but you asked for an emotional response regarding with video games, and I stumbled upon this. And it's also going along with Black Flag and talking about that because the person that talked about this context, the game that helped him out was Black Flag. And that is, it was a person about 10 years ago that, was stumbling across regarding with life. And my apologies if this person is out there and hears this. This is a shout out to you because I want to applaud your story and I just want to say it's absolutely amazing. And that is, he was going through life. He went through like a loss of a relationship. He lost his job. He lost, like, pretty much felt like he lost everything at the time. And he decided to take medications and overdose. It failed. His parent caught him regarding doing the act, and thank God it failed. So the following day, he was thinking about doing it again, but to pass the time, he was on his like dashboard of his Xbox 360, and he pretty much was just like, "Oh, I haven't opened this up yet, so let me try." So when he was playing the game, he was playing it so much that he was more focused and attended to regarding with like completing missions and all the goals and upgrading your boat and making sure everything's good to go regarding with that he completely lost thought, lost any interest regarding with suicide. And you know I love hearing stories regarding with that, with the emotional context where you can be so fascinated with something where it can steer you in the right direction of no matter how hard life can go on you, that a subject or a video game or any along those contexts where instead of making the wrong decision in your life, you can make, you know, a brilliant decision that can seem so innocent and it can save your life, and then not only that, have a new emphasis on life as well.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And some of what I wanted to talk about is how even games that don't go out there to specifically make those big statements, those meanings that you pull that are very like in your face, this is the moral of the story and everything. How even games that are not trying to do that, they still end up impacting people in those different ways. So that's a solid point right off the bat
Hmm.
like that. But Matt, what about you? Did you have a real answer or are you sticking with Schedule 1?
I would say some World of Warcraft helped me. It's not the meaning from the game, but
Right,
if you're
yeah.
getting deep over here, is because when I first moved to Syracuse, like I didn't have any friends, right? Like,
Do you
and it
yet?
helped. Yes, you're not my friend, but I have other ones.
Acquaintance, acquaintance.
Coworker. Uh, so it helped me because I was kind of depressed. I just moved here for a job, had no friends. It's it can be hard to make friends, especially you make end up making friends at work, but people always like not everybody likes to communicate or like become friends, or they already have friends, right?
Right, yeah.
So it
And
helped me out
sometimes it's
because
just easy to jump into other people who are jump in with other people who are online who are like just ready to kick back, relax, and enjoy the game itself without worrying about
yeah.
anything else in life.
Yeah, exactly. Like, because like you meet friends because, I mean, that's why some of the people play it, right? Or you have to do group stuff with these people, so you end up just becoming, virtual friends.
Right.
Which,
Exactly.
which I think some virtual friendships can be even better than some friends in real life.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree. Yes.
Yep, that's why I make sure that I'm only speaking to you guys primarily over this podcast and calls and things like that. Keep you as virtual as possible.
No, it's a dream, and it's a pleasure to help out with anything like that. So it's just, again, not trying to be sentimental for this whole episode, but again, it's just like the meaning of video games, which is the context of this subject for this episode. It does mean a lot, and everyone's just like, "Oh, you're just having a sob story for a whole episode regarding with the importance of video games." Listen, you got three people that are talking about video games right there. It is a multi-billion-dollar franchise. It makes money. You got multiple podcasts talking about this. So we're not even a spoke on the wheel, but we're just doing this because we love the context of the subject.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it definitely touches on that same point that we were talking about before with just the impact in our own lives and how many people have share that same type of impact. Some games, though, to make it a little bit lighter starting off, that just go out there to make that big type of statement, though. Games like The Last of Us, which is talking about like the society in general, right? And a sense of
Hmm.
camaraderie and coming together during that difficult time. Near Automata is one that came to mind when I was thinking about big meanings behind games. I know a big one for me was Shadow of the Colossus, where you're just going throughout this land, completely slaying these big beasts and feeling like you're king of the hill, and then at the end you realize that, oh crap, maybe I shouldn't have been killing all these things without thinking about the repercussions of it. But I've really
Oh,
appreciated games that deal with like morality and human nature. And to be honest, I feel like games are one form of media that has been one of them, the most impressionable to me personally. But we have talked a lot about the potential of games over this podcast alone already in our measly 11 episodes that we've done so far. And one area that I think we'll see more and more going forward is this constant like innovation and focus on like those deeper stories and the meaning behind everything too. So one way that they can continue with those life lesson type of approaches in their development. But when you can have people actually experience the message of video games, I feel like those morals and themes like that are just a lot easier to get across to people.
fighting for my life over here with my cat.
Yeah, I see you.
I
It's like
see we
I
got a
will be
fourth
sitting
member
on your
now. That's
lap.
awesome. Yeah.
I have no choice.
How is the cat dealing with the move?
Oh my gosh, I felt so bad. So I moved him yesterday, probably midday, um, and I just bought a new cat carrier, and he gets worked up when he's in a car and he starts
Mm-hmm.
throwing up,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and he instantly threw up. But he also like shit himself too, which was
Oh
new.
my gosh.
Yeah, so I had to throw away the cat carrier, obviously.
Throw it away altogether? Was it one of those
Yeah,
fabric ones? Is that why?
yeah.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
But
sucks.
they're cheap.
since then he's been doing pretty good.
Well, that's good. I hope that it's not too long of an adjustment for him. As long as he can sit on your lap, I'm sure he'll be happy.
Yeah, yeah.
When talking about earlier with the sense of, I know we're not really segueing back to like expectations of video games, because again, it goes along with the subject of the meeting. Like the other way around with video games, has there ever been a game where the reverse of you didn't have high expectations for a video game, and then when you played it, it blew you out of the water?
Well, without like repeating answers that I've already given on this podcast, I will say Blueprints. That blew me out of the water. I don't know if any of you have put time into it. I know you haven't, Matt, because I believe I asked you that before. But holy crud, that game just kept going. It's so rewarding too.
Oh, for me, it
Oh,
would it would be Civilization
nice.
because a
You
lot
already
of
said that
people
that was your favorite game, didn't you?
yeah, that's why when I first heard of it, I had low expectations for it because a lot of people that I knew that played it, they either loved it or hated it because they hated it generally because they don't like games like that,
Hmm.
right? They don't like that for one turn based and then building, you know, kingdoms and stuff. But they
Right,
tried it
yeah.
because, so I went in thinking that I wasn't gonna like that turn based crap either. But I mean, I logged so many hours in that game.
What about you, Sweet?
Nice. So this is gonna be like, really? I did have some expectations for it, but it was low because when it was released, I was just like, it was a nostalgia hit as a way to not save the company, but their main franchise character was taking a hit. And then 2017, they did like a nostalgia game for him, and it blew everyone out of the water. And that is Sonic Mania. That
Okay.
one.
Yeah, that was a great
So,
game.
yes. So I played that one to death. That was an amazing one. But yes, absolutely.
Yeah, they did such a good job at like keeping that classic feel of Sonic, but giving you something new too. So I
Hmm.
really enjoyed that.
And all the mods that came after it too for the stages that they didn't do, but then people had the time to mod the crap out of it. That was more awesome, but it kind of just disappointed me because that means Sonic Mania 2 would never come out. But yeah,
Yeah.
so
Games that come to mind though that have gone out of their way to kind of say something different though. I don't know if anybody is even going to recognize any of these names of games that I'm going to say, but has anyone heard of That Dragon Cancer?
No.
no.
No, that game was about a man named Joel Green and his 4-year fight against cancer. So it like literally painted a picture of like the trauma that he went through in his recovery with chemo and everything. Another one is Papa and Yo, which was a game that deals with a kid in a dream world in an attempt to escape his alcoholic father. I played a
I
little bit of
remember that
that
one.
one. Yeah, it
Papa
was
and what?
Papa and
what?
Yo.
Papa and Yo.
Papa and
Yeah.
Yo?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
yo, what up, homie?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then another one that I heard of more recently, it was probably like a year ago or something now, is a game called Tales of Kanzera Zao, which is a game that somebody made all about dealing with grief and the loss of a loved one. So it's so cool to see so many different developers, and a lot of them end up being like those indie developers who end up putting out something to really convey a specific message and do an incredible job with it as well.
Oh, wasn't It Takes Two? That was about divorce.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah, good example. Yep.
Points
And
for Barnes.
and like the effects it can have on a kid.
But yeah, we all have such vastly different experiences in life, and games can do so much in helping us to cope or work through those new, sometimes scary experiences. So, one question that I jotted down to make sure to ask you guys this episode is: are there any games that you guys have played that have opened your eyes to more of a new perspective, or even ones that have kind of helped you deal with maybe personal dilemmas that you're experiencing, or anything like that?
How about you, Zach, first?
Well, gosh, I have a lot of different ones, but I've really fallen back on different games to try to help me through like my deep dark depression that I experienced in like high school. I would say that I was like clinically depressed, even though I never went to a doctor to get medication for it at the time. So I would say that it kind of goes back to what you were saying before, Sweet, about how even games that don't go out to make that message have helped me a lot with that coping stuff. So I've always tried to see games as something that serve each person that plays them a little bit differently. So something that helped me out, like when I was in high school with that dark emo type of depression, was like Kingdom Hearts. And I know it might sound like
Yep.
a stupid example, but like just it talking about like the meaning of friendship and stuff like that at that young impressionable age, it really did help pull me out of my emo thoughts.
Um, Two that come into mind are you talked about a little bit with depression, and it was with also with a character dealing with it, and it's based upon the game, and that is Celeste. That
Okay.
one. So dealing with that, I think also for like roles and responsibilities more recently, uh, Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, really?
Yes, because that is like based upon honor and pride and you know, soul. I guess you could say responsibility within choices. Not trying to make it sound like an MMORPG, but just like that type of setting and mentality.
Yeah, and I would say that that game is like incredibly meditative, right? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, when you're just
Yeah.
like riding your horse through those lush fields with the wind directing you where to go, oh my gosh,
Mm-hmm.
definitely
Yeah.
takes you out of like any woes you might be having because you're so absorbed in the game.
Absolutely. Those are the top two that I can think of on top of my head.
No, those are
How about
great
any?
examples. Yeah, what about you, Matt?
Um,
I don't have an answer off the top of my head.
It's not off the top of your head. You had like what? How many minutes to think about it?
Listen, I was over here thinking about Pokemon and how it helped distract me when I was young because I came from a family where they were going through the divorce and they were arguing, and I would just go in my room and play Pokemon. That's what I was
Well, that's the perfect example. That's
that's a
exactly what
perfect
we're talking
example.
about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of it.
Pokemon is a perfect example
Yeah. I mean,
because while you were
especially.
dealing with that, yeah, like with the original Red and Blue, you are a kid and you're venturing out on your own for the first time and you
Yeah.
go through the hazards in life. Ash
Yeah.
Ketchum is like uh an influence for you to get the fuck out. And he never dies too. He just blacks or whites out.
Yeah,
So yeah,
exactly. Do you guys think that there
yeah.
is any like message that would be best delivered via video game versus another type of media or other form of them conveying it?
I would say teamwork message
Okay.
because the only
Well,
other place
especially
you
for
get
like co-op type of games, right?
the only other place you get that level of teamwork that you would get in a video game is probably work, right?
Yeah.
So I
Sure.
would say, uh, yeah, video games definitely teamwork. Even in single player games, you got to team up.
With NPCs.
Yeah, yeah. That you're never alone. Somebody's always there to help you.
Yep. I
Okay.
think
Yeah.
also like you brought up earlier, Matt, of like It Takes Two for teamwork, or I can go with Ratchet and Clank All for One. I remember that when that came out. That was very interesting to play a whole game and you can have up to four people playing at the same time. I mean, you can go with every context, and I won't go into that, but like, War Dogs and Army of Two for anti-authoritarian
Yeah. Yeah.
mindsets. But yes, but
Yeah, do
yeah,
you have
that's
a
all I
different
got.
answer, Sweet?
I think there's just such a vast sense of answers for that, and I can't give a good definitive answer. Like I said, it's action, adventure. You can talk about family with Uncharted 4. You can talk about sense of relationships like with Matt with Kingdom Hearts. You can talk about sense of duty and belonging and then responsibilities of the choices that you made within life with like Arkham Knight. So I'm just trying to think of like a good platform. Just be like, this is the emotion, this is the setting, this is the video game that represents it. There's so many to choose from.
No,
Another
I
good
get
thing
it. I
about
mean, I think that a lot of different forms of media are able to kind of touch on all of those things as well. But do you think that there's anything that specifically games are able to maybe handle or tackle a little bit more comprehensively, or will lead to more of like an epiphany or a betterment of sorts on the other side?
I
Um,
would say video games help you realize that there is almost always a way. You might have to think about how to go about it, but there is always a way, usually even sometimes multiple ways, uh, for you to get through the game, right? Like you get to a challenge in the video game and you have to find the way. So I think it's kind of actually good at teaching people real life too, right? Not there's not always a way in real life, but if you think through it and stuff like that, you could potentially find a way to solve whatever real life issue you're having.
well, that's
I
a good way of
have
looking at it.
I have 2 points if that's the analogies that you want to go to, and I read upon those within like the last month or so. So my apologies if this podcast goes a little bit NC-17. And that is the first one is innocent, and that is video games is one of the perfect things to not only relax for, but it is one of the best ways to increase your eye-hand coordination. And
Mm-hmm.
then I found this, I forgot what it is. I don't know if it's like the National Health Association or what server that they got it for. If the guys that are listening and also the girls, statistically, guys that play video games more are usually the best partners to have.
Because they're used to putting up with difficult things.
So, yes.
Has
They're
that been
used
your luck
to.
so far? Because I don't know if
They're
that's been the
also
case for me.
they're also used to dialogue, just like video games.
I do think that there are a lot of games that deal with like that good versus evil, and actually being able to like implement an entire morality system in the game, like Fable or Infamous that we've talked about previously. But one thing that I think that games would do well to help with is like that dark depression stuff that we were talking about
Yes,
Yeah,
earlier,
yeah, I
I
agree.
especially
agree.
for kids and teens, just because
Because
when you're that age it's hard to see the way out, kind of like you were saying,
Mm-hmm.
Matt, right?
Yeah, it's a fantastic escape.
Yeah.
they also video games also save you money.
Rather than going to a counselor.
Yeah,
And we're fine, okay? Don't ask questions.
No.
they help you. It can help you relate, like some video games, right? Like you just like, yeah, I kind of am this character, right? Like I'm going through these issues.
This is Matt's way of saying that he has main character syndrome.
Yeah.
I am the main character. Listen, everybody is a main character in their own life.
Wow,
Matt,
deep.
Matt, are you Duke Nukem?
Some days.
Yeah.
Anyway, though, I'm sure that there's a bunch more that we could touch on it. We don't need to stay in this like dark, depressing state of mind. But I am constantly thankful for all the different ways that games have helped me personally, and I can imagine that there are a lot of other people that can probably say the same thing. So it's always nice to hear from fellow gamers how that's been the case from them. So thanks for opening up a little bit during this episode, guys.
But yeah, we should probably brighten the mood a little, right?
Yeah, absolutely. With what, a quiz?
Sure.
Yeah.
Wait. What quiz? We've done quizzes the last 2 episodes.
I heard you wanted a bone to pick with me regarding with the people, sir.
Well, yeah, I do have a bone to pick, actually.
You have a bone to pick with me, based
and I did get a chance of ranting to you in person, but I thought that it would be better to be able to yell at you over this podcast, too. So, in the last episode, we talked about some trivia questions, specifically the cities in GTA, and I have to say, from all the comments that we've gotten, it's really looking like people agreed with me more so than you, that San Andreas is in fact not a city. So, I just have to ask, what do you have to say to defend yourself, Sweet?
Well, I feel sorry for the people because that is actually 2 episodes ago, so I don't know why they are kind of letting you know an episode in advance that they had to support you again, that you got a question wrong.
You know that was the week that we recorded 2 episodes back to back.
Yep.
So I'm just waiting this long to talk to you. It's not that it took people that long to say something.
What's also scary regarding with that is that you were salty for a whole following episode.
No, those were recorded back to back.
Oh my god.
And just to throw salt in the wound, I did read that Fortnite is not the most played game either. Roblox significantly outperforms it, as I was saying in the episode. So just need to yell about it a little bit.
But they could have been different contexts. You never know.
Exactly.
What different contexts of most played?
Maybe in the video game world, all of Sweet's answers were correct.
I'm just going by with what I read, so you gotta yell at the people that created the questions.
All right, you give me the name of that company. I'll be writing them a comment, okay?
You got it. All right, so we'll do a best
Gemini.
of 5. Yeah.
We're doing a full-ass quiz?
5 questions. Listen,
no.
We get 20-question quizzes.
Can I make an executive decision? The last 2 episodes we did quizzes.
So how many questions do you want then?
Do I trust your quizzes to be accurate?
Yeah.
Do 3 max.
3 max? Okay. You guys ready? We'll go by raising of the hand.
Oh, Lord.
All right. Question 1. What Will Wright created video game series released in 2000 with sequels in 2004, 2009, 2014 saw players watching and directing characters to mundane things like eating, sleeping, and cleaning their houses?
Sims.
Zach.
Sims.
Does that one count? Like
it counts. It counts. Matt didn't raise his hand.
Zach.
My hand was raised.
Was
it?
It
Delayed. I'm lagging.
Your hand wasn't raised. I'm watching you.
What is thought to be the first video game created in 1958 becoming popular in the 1970s?
Oh, crap.
Matt.
Pong?
Correct.
Oh, really?
1-1.
I would have been 2-1, but I had to give Zach 1.
All right. For the chance to Matt go 3-0 with quizzes. What video game came with the Nintendo Entertainment System when it was released in the late 1980s? Can I finish? And was meant to be played with an NES Zapper gun. It was a cartridge with Super Mario Brothers.
I already knew the answer. Just choose me. Duck Hunt.
What is it? Yes. Finally, Zach won one, so there you go. Give him a round of applause. Yeah, there you go. Finally. Finally, one is one.
I won all of them, just for the record.
You did not.
Moving on to more gaming related stuff, though. I did see that Starfield finally released for PlayStation. So, did any of you end up picking it up for PlayStation? Since I know we're all primarily Sony gamers here. Have you played it previously or ended up picking it up after it released?
We are not sponsored by Sony, but if you want to, feel free.
There you go.
Reach out to us.
Mm-hmm.
You can reach us at Wake Game Sleep.
You have no idea what our contact information is.
Yeah, there you go.
At gmail.com, probably.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry.
Who?
No, we didn't say anything. Go ahead, Matt.
He was talking about us being Sony players.
Oh, I was just
yeah.
asking if you guys have played Starfield.
I have not.
I own it for the computer, so I'm not going to buy it
Oh,
again.
do you really? Have you
Yeah,
sank any time into it?
like 20 minutes.
Oh, wow, that's very little. Any reason? Why is it not holding you? Or why did it not hold you?
Something else came out, I think,
Okay.
and then I started playing that. Because, again, I think that the other game that stopped me from playing it was like a multiplayer game.
Okay. Yeah, I was so tempted to buy it the other day, and I kind of wanted to talk to other people who have played it a little bit before I ended up making that decision. But because I didn't end up purchasing it when it came out, I decided that I probably will end up waiting for a sale. But it's only like $50 I saw, which seems pretty affordable.
Yeah, because every other game is going up to 70.
Yeah, exactly. I know, now that $50 is sounding pretty sweet.
Hey,
Most definitely.
us gamers, we do have to give credit, right? Like, how long was it at $60 for a game? It's been a while.
Yeah,
Well, the
I
one
know.
thing that I appreciate is like sales. I just took a look at like the PlayStation sale catalogs. You can get like for $12 right now, like the Uncharted Legacy Collection, which I believe is 1 through 3, and Arkham Knight for $12 altogether. So if you
Yeah.
want to get that,
I know.
So-
Well, it actually kind of pisses me off how fast those sales hit because I'll end up buying a $70 game and literally next year it's like 50% off already. So I'm like,
we all have so many games to catch up on. We should probably just wait. But then we won't have anything for the cast.
yeah.
true, true. But it gives us more talking points to the games that we've been playing, and sometimes we can help each other out. So
Or
That's true.
comment in the comments if you would like us to give you news 1 year behind.
Yeah, how does everyone feel about that? If we're talking about
Think
games
about-
that came out forever ago.
little too late to the party, but we appreciate you.
Think about how much money you'd be saving us,
Well,
guys.
isn't that you, Matt? You've been talking about Expedition 33 recently. I just told you it celebrated its year anniversary.
That's true.
Yeah, but with Starfield, I've been like wanting to purchase it since I heard that it was coming out for Xbox. But then when I heard some of its like limitations and everything, with it not you not being able to like land directly on planets and stuff like that, I'm like, well, didn't I already get that type of experience from No Man's Sky a little bit? So I do understand console exclusives, but it is a bit disappointing as a gamer to miss out on such big games like Starfield or something like that after that initial wave of popularity. We talked about getting a game like a year later just to hope for the sale, but after everybody's done talking about it, you do feel quite a bit behind the times. And I can't stand when things end up being spoiled for me before I get to play them.
Yeah, I agree with
So
that.
I have a question for you because you're talking about because we're getting towards May as well too.
Mhm.
I know it was a very good game last year for Xbox and PlayStation, and now in May they're going to release it for Switch. I don't know if you played it on PlayStation, and that's Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Are you going to get it for the Switch?
I am tempted, but I do feel like because of the graphic fidelity of that game, that it will look better on my PlayStation. So that's another thing that I kind of weigh against it. So I don't know. Is the portability worth it at that point? I'll have to see what the reviews are when it comes out. I have
We'll
played,
find out.
even though Pragmata on the Switch is definitely a lot less in terms of graphics, I still been enjoying the crap out of that game though. So if they do well with it, I might be tempted to purchase it.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that's another caveat because I am really excited for a game that's coming out for the Switch called The Dusk Bloods, which I've mentioned on this podcast before, and it's going to end up being a Switch 2 exclusive. So I'll be able to play it immediately, but a few years ago, Nintendo ended up releasing Monster Hunter Rise as a Switch exclusive, and then down the
Mm-hmm.
road it was available for PC, Xbox, PlayStation, everything else. And then I almost have this reverse feeling of regret, like, well, should I have just waited to play this on a stronger system in the end? So that kind of sounds like the same situation with Indiana Jones. I don't know. Have
Well,
you played it yet?
I it's I played like a demo of it, and I want to like save some time. I was planning on it this summer, and then Ubisoft went, nope. But it's uh I played like a good demo of it regarding with like the first part, which I know is a reenactment of like the movie.
Of
Sorry for
Raiders,
any spoiler
right?
alerts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So also I found out with remakes, they're also doing Darksiders remakes, and that's coming out in May.
Oh, is it
So
really? Okay.
yes.
Oh, that's
So
exciting.
definitely something to look forward to.
Yeah. You thinking you'll replay that one?
Given a chance, yeah.
Okay.
Making us sound very old. It's just like, oh yeah, video games and bills to pay and shit.
No, I
So
know. I know. Trust me. I get
yeah,
it. I know, Sweet, you were talking before about Assassin's Creed 4, but Matt, you had brought up a new pirate game that's coming out as well. Are
Yeah, I
either
kind
of
of
you
want to.
boys looking to get that?
It's in open access right now. Early access, I mean.
Yeah, so are either you getting Windrose, you think?
I will if somebody else does.
yeah. I know it's got to be part of the playlist when we do our play-alongs and everything. So
Yeah, I think that would be a fun one to jump into. So if ever we get into jump into multiple screens, that would be a good one to get going in.
there's another idea too, since we all have it and we haven't played it in a while. Play along that we can do for a few rounds just for like one night. Marvel Rivals. But yes.
Yes, well, things like that, though, I do think that that multiple screen thing would be really good. So if either of
Mm-hmm.
you want to get into OBS, we could definitely do that as soon as possible.
We
Wait, what's
got
OBS?
Huh?
Huh?
You say what's OBS?
I'm just kidding.
All right, before we go though, I wanted to mention that by the time this episode comes out, we will have officially started releasing our new off-pod show on YouTube called Wake Game Sleep Play, where we're going to be posting our gaming session videos. So if you are a listener or a viewer and have not caught the first episode yet, please just make sure to check it out, give us a few views, maybe a like or a suggestion to a friend would not hurt either. But I'm very excited to finally be posting those because I think that I'll
maybe,
be able to pull some fun clips from it.
maybe they'll even be watching us play Winrose.
Maybe. But have you guys thought of any other types of games that would be fun to try on Wake Game Sleep Play? Just because I
Yeah,
want to start moving a little bit on that, just because I had so much fun before.
we got to finish
Gotcha.
Rihanna.
Yep. That's only 6 hours, so we're going to fly through it.
What about you, Sweet? Any games you want to play with us?
Getting ideas, but I can't set anything in stone yet, but I got ideas.
I do have a couple ideas though that I thought would be fun. Especially those games that focus on that one screen, kind of like we started with that first episode. So, Gang Beasts, I thought would be a really fun one to kind of jump into, where we're just kind of like beating the crap out of each other. Another one would be Ultimate Chicken Horse. Have either of you heard of that one?
No.
That would be a really fun one. They just put out a second one of that game called Ultimate Sheep Raccoon or something like that, where it's like bicycling. But there are a lot of like fun one-screen games too. But I would also like to jump into some of those games that they consider friend slop type of games.
Like
So
Fall
there's
Guys,
this
or
new game called Roadside Research. Have you seen anything about that one yet? A lot of
no?
streamers are playing it. You like are aliens, but you're trying to disguise yourself as humans who are running a gas station. It's so funny.
I think actually maybe I have seen that.
Yeah, you should definitely check it out if you have not, because it looks just like pure stupid fun. All right, well, I'm getting to the end of my notes. So, anybody have anything that they want to throw in before the end of this episode?
No, just please like, subscribe, comment.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you everyone for listening
don't.
or watching. This has been another episode of the Wake Game Sleep podcast. You can find us on YouTube. You can find our shorts virtually everywhere else. If you're an audio-only listener, we're also on Spotify, Apple, iHeart, and basically wherever else you listen to podcasts. So please make sure to tell a friend about our new gameplay show called Wake Game Sleep Play. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff.
All right. Have a good one, guys.
Say goodbye or something.
Sorry. Bye. I accidentally started downloading a game in the background and it opened.
Oh, great.
Homework.
As
Card
always,
Shop.
this is nothing but professionalism on this podcast.